Hi, XDrummer has some great new updates, and I wanted to just take a moment to walk you through the program. This is a great program that helps you get your ideas down quickly, and it now has MIDI file output, which is a big, tremendous help to take you into the next level so you can use it in your DAW and make minor adjustments as you work through your song creation process. You see that you come up with the different styles right up front. At the bottom is the song editor. This is where you'll rearrange parts and make adjustments to them. A new addition as well, which is excellent, is that you can now fine-tune song sections. You can change quarter notes to eighth notes to 16th notes for your hi-hat and your cymbals. You can also make it, you could use the bow of the cymbal, or you can use the bell, which is great. Oh, you can change rim shots to and center of the drum for your snare drum. You can also adjust the strike of the toms too. If you didn't want those quarter notes through the verse or the chorus, you can change them now to eighth or 16th. You can even change the hi-hat from open to partially open through the different selections here. This all is exported as well in the MIDI file when you send it to yourself. Right now it's Dropbox, or you can send it to yourself. Hopefully we'll have send to as an addition in the near future. They're still working on this, and they're making a lot of great updates. The AI is going to continue to improve and get better. And the AI is what we'll look at as well. The artificial intelligence is probably the centerpiece here. What you can do is you can either use the microphone, or you can use your guitar amp simulator program. I use Bias Effects, and you don't have to make any special adjustments here to have this listen to Bias Effects. I'm not sure if it works with the other programs. It did the last time I tried it. So you don't have to look for any kind of audio bus linkage or anything like that. Just start the two programs and you're off. To me, and depending upon your workflow, this is a tremendous boost to getting things moving. Because, as I said, if you go back to the song editor, it automatically gives you a verse, chorus, bridge, chorus as the general song structure, which is a great way to get you moving too. I mean, it's just another step you don't have to take. And basically, we always have to do this. So why wouldn't you want this anyway? So let's look at recording a song going from XDrummer to Cubasis. So we launch the program, and then we just want to launch, and for me, it happens to be Bias Effects. You probably don't want to have echo or any kind of other time effects on this, because part of the artificial intelligence function, and I don't know this for a fact, but I would imagine this is probably true. The artificial intelligence function is going to try to sense the rhythm and the tempo. So if you've got echo going on here, it's probably going to make it harder. And another thing about the AI, you got to work with it a little bit. It has a little trouble with really slow tempo songs, but it'll return something to you, and all you really have to do is half-time it, and there's a selection for that. You can also walk through your song and try it with the different styles after it returns you the initial version. So let's try something simple. So let's hear what we have. So I didn't really know what I was going to play, but it was a simple, you know, kind of a get backy kind of a thing, or simple rock and roll thing. So that is what it came up with for me from what I played in under the rock genre. So let's say I like that and I want to save it. You hit the check mark. So we can also try that with, I don't think metal's going to transfer very well, but let's try funk. So you see that, you get the idea there. We can also try blues. This is probably going to be a shuffle. The idea there. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Did I do pop? Did funk? Let's see. Pop. So now we know we have to try to hear the rock just for the hell of it, right? I mean the metal. Let's try the metal. The idea. Sir, it would be workable if my choice of notes was better, probably. So that's in my saved songs over here, right on the upper right there, and you can see that it's down here at the bottom. So now, when you can save these along the way. I could have saved out some of those other versions, and you put them over here, and you can go back to them later. But for the sake of this demonstration, we'll use this one. And now we're going to send it to the editor. We just say add to editor. It asks you if you'd like to. It's going to erase whatever's in there. Yes. Now it's in the song editor down here at the bottom. Let's have a look at that. Let's say you want the opening to be a little more exciting. Rather than taking the chorus part, which is another option if you want to arrange things that way, you could just go in here, fine-tune this, go over to the hi-hat. Let's move that to full open. So that'll add a little more excitement to this. If I wanted to, I could also change the change it from quarters to eighths to 16th notes. Let's just see what this sounds like first of all before we do that. You bring your playhead back over here. You could even set this to loop that, and then let's play it. So that works for me. So if you turn the loop off, you'll see we'll go from the open hi-hat to the chorus part. And if you wanted to go from the open to the verse, just drag it over. Now we'll go from that open hi-hat verse section to a quieter verse section before we go to the chorus. If we want to add another verse rather, we copy that, take it, put it after the chorus. Hold on here, come on. After the chorus. So you got intro, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. And you could continue in this fashion. There's our verse section. Into the chorus, and you get the idea. And then we'll go back to a verse section over here. So now, back in the fine-tuning area, we could change this to eighths or sixteenths. I don't know. I think if I had eighths, I think I had eighths. So we could try 16th. I don't think I'm going to like it, but you'll get the idea. See, those are 16ths, but it's so fast. You could also change them to not quite like half open and quarter open. Quarter open you can hear better. So this is part of the new edition here, which is really pretty cool. And you can do the same thing with each of the different parts. Now the parts that are active inside each section will be highlighted. As you can see here, the toms, you can change the toms. Because they're active in this. The crash, let's see what the crash does. You can make, oh, this is nice too. You can use it as an opening hit to introduce the new section, which is a great thing to have if it's not already in the sequence automatically. So that's great. And you can change the way the cymbal is hit. The bell. The bell is great too, because you can use the bell for the ride cymbal to kind of drive the exit chorus or through the lead or such as you know what I'm talking about. And these are great features. I think this is a tremendous asset. Now, the nice thing too is all the changes we've made here can be exported into a MIDI file. I don't think I really want this to be 16ths. So let's go back to original. Yeah, nice quarters, nice heavy quarter notes there. This is also good. You can change the feel from original to laid back to straightforward to intense to explosive. Let's see what this does to our intro. Right now we're in the original version. So let's try laid back. Okay, so now we have side stick instead of full-on snare. So that's the laid back version. With what happens in the full version. Let's see, straightforward. Is that the same as original? Not really. The snare is different. Snare is a little more open and driving in the straightforward. So let's try intensed. So we're going with the cymbal now instead of the hi-hat. We can switch that to the bell. That's pretty cool. Let's try the explosive. Basically big open quarter notes on the open hi-hat. I'm going to go back to original, and I'm going to change the hi-hat to quarter open, which, as we noticed, was kind of like, what was it, explosive or intense? So those are the new features under the fine tune. You can change the feel, and you can change individual aspects of each drum as far as how they're played. I think while we're here, and after, this kind of ties into this, is the way the drums sound. You can also change the sound of the drums into more driving, a more driving or softer kit if you want to. And this is pretty interesting. This is the studio kit. This is another thing, if you're not familiar with this, you can customize each drum's sound, and you can change them out as well. Here we have the snare drum. I think it's the studio brass. You can audition it at the top, and then you can change that drum through this drum selection. So if we go back to, let's see, this is the rock maple. Let's see how different we can make the rock maple sound. Actually, I think the studio brass is an interesting one because you can really get a lot of different sounds out of that one. So right now we have the studio brass. It has a coated style single head for the batter side, and it has no damping ring, and it's just pitched up just a little bit. The resonance and attack are down. So if we add a damping ring, that's just a little more, and more still. It's a little hard to hear on this one because it's a short. It doesn't have a lot of ring to it. But on the other ones, we'll see that it makes even a more significant difference. And you can also change the head. So let's take the ring off. Let's change the head. Let's go with a clear single. Much more top end. Clear double. Nice attack there. And the vintage calfskin should be warm. And it is. So this gives you further customization over the drum shells, because the toms and the bass drum have the same selections of changing units, so you can change out the different things the same way on those. You have resonance, which seems to add a little more shell, a little more roundness to the sound of the drum. And you have attack, which sharpens the initial strike. So these are nice options. You can tune this down a little bit. Get a really fat sound out of this thing. It's got a nice strong strike. And this is nice if you're going to, because you can export these drum tracks as audio files. So you could have, if you want to use the drums and you like the sound that you're getting from the kit itself, if you've tuned it the way you like it, you can export that as an audio file and use it in your DAW. So this adds a lot of flexibility to this program as it grows in its maturity. But let's get back to that song that we had before. It's the song editor here. So there's all our sequence parts. We need to name it. And there we have it, XD test. Now, along with export audio, you can export to MIDI. You can send it to Dropbox or mail. We're going to send it to mail. So we've sent that to mail. Now, go retrieve it, open it in my mail program, and choose the MIDI file and choose to open in, and I'm going to open it in Cubasis. So here I am in Cubasis. I go to my MIDI files, XD test. I'm going to add a MIDI track. Drag XD test up there. And there's my song. Let's choose a drum kit. So then you've got your song in your DAW, and you can edit it as you see fit. So there's some exciting changes in XDrummer from Positive Grid. Have fun. Find your